from my experience being in, working in green groups or working with green groups, organizations, the institutions that are solving our problems right now are not, they're not representative of everybody who's actually being affected. Hi, I'm Charise. I'm American and I'm Black and Korean. Alright, so I'm Black American. I'd said that I'm Black and Korean. Thing is, though, I didn't grow up with the Korean side. So I grew up in a Black American family, but also with a German woman. So I spent a lot of time going on hikes and doing outdoorsy things with my German mom. But because I also had that white person in my life who kind of exposed me to the outdoors, nature played a pretty big part in my life. I kind of realized like I had a responsibility, and we all have a responsibility to take care of our world, of our planet, of our resources. There are a lot of people of color who are working in the environmental field. It's just that we don't see them. We do care because we are being affected by this stuff. However, what I also want to say is that this isn't our first issue. So we're worried about more immediate concerns, like I feel like there are more immediate concerns, a lot of them tied to economic justice, which is why right now, like it's so incredibly important for people to understand how everything is interconnected, and how we need to be working on all of these different things to even get to the point where we can have everybody in on the fighting for environmental issues alone. I don't think that it's that people of color aren't concerned about the environment. I just think that there are other pressing issues that weigh on them a lot heavier, more immediately. It's like with everything, we have these hidden figures. We have all these people who are working so hard and tirelessly in their communities to try and make change, but because this field is just so dominated by white voices, they're often drowned out, and they're not given the credit they're due. Put into these spaces where we're the minority voice, and we're expected to somehow know how to solve everything, and to we are supposed to represent our entire race. That's untenable. That's not gonna last. And it's like, great, you get to pat yourself on the back as an environmental group or whatever you are, and say, hey, we did what we could, and we're trying to make sure things are diverse because we care about this and we care about these issues. But it seems to stop there a lot of times, and people don't take those steps to try to really make it this inclusive place that it should be. I see things happening, and I see changes being made, especially even since I've been in this field. I've only been in this field for about 5 years or so, and I'm seeing a lot of movement, but we've only just tapped the surface, and we've got a long way to go. You can't just rely on us. You can't just hire brown people and expect us to solve everything, or expect us just to be happy to have a place. Like, of course, then the problem is you're going to bring us in. This is when we're going to point out what you're doing wrong. And this is the only way we're going to be able to make change. I personally think that this is a great thing because it means that we're making progress. When you feel just discomfort, when you go into that room and you're like, oh my God, I have to say all these things and it's making my stomach turn. That is how you know you're moving ahead. So, although, like I've said a few times already, there's a lot of work to be done. It is kind of, it is heartening to see the conversations that are being had, and that people are more willing to be uncomfortable.